Yeah.
Very good. In which case, I will once again welcome you to Speedrun 2.
There we
So
go.
there is no thinking time. The reading time is the thinking time. So think while I read and be ready with your answer when I'm done. When I finish reading, ideally you should immediately respond with an answer or respond with pass. Okay. Sai has done one of these before. We'll start with his direct, so you'll see how quickly he acts. Having said that, during the quiz, at some point or the other, you may see a question where you feel like you can benefit from just a little bit more time to think. I expect that to happen, and maybe you think that if you get 5 extra seconds, then you'll be able to choose between two answers. That's fine, but then you have to give an answer. Then you can't pass. Okay, so make up your own mind. Be quick. Try and be as fast as possible. That's basically what we're going for. We're trying to do a speed run, and we're all on the same team. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
The person it passes to, they also don't get those 5 seconds or anything,
Yeah,
right?
everybody needs to be ready with their answers.
Instant answer or instant pass.
Okay.
Got it.
Also, because this is supposed to be a speed run, I will be trying to read faster as well. My voice is not in a great state, as you can probably tell. So I'll be making mistakes, and I'm not going to be apologizing simply because you can read the question as well. So that's not my fault. That's yours. So let's start. Question for Sai. Which opera by Bizet is set on the island of Ceylon in ancient times? It features a love triangle involving two men who practice the titular profession.
Pass.
Pass to Aparna.
Pass.
Pass to Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. This is called the Pearl Fishers.
Nice.
Question for Aparna. What word is defined in Ambrose Bierce's The Devil's Dictionary as a stage for the performance of miracle plays in which the leading actor is translated to heaven? The word is often used to describe a kind of ironic humor in hopeless situations.
Macabre.
That's Sathya.
Gallows.
Gallows is right. Well, question for Sathya. In physics, what is defined as a mechanical property that measures the tensile or compressive stiffness of a solid material when the force is applied lengthwise? The concept was first developed by Euler, but the property is named after another scientist.
Pass.
Pass is right.
Young's modulus.
Young's modulus is right. Question for Sai. Which former SS officer, commandant of the Riga ghetto, is believed to have died in Paraguay in 1977? He was fictionalized in Frederick Fawcett's novel, The Odessa File.
Smith.
Not that, but
Pass.
Pass to Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. His name is Edward Rochman. Oh, okay. Question for Aparna. What generic term is used to describe a Latin-rigged ship with one or two masts used chiefly in the Arabian region? The distinctive features of such ships are their triangular sails and their stitched construction.
Felucca.
Not that, Sathya.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Galleon.
Not that. It's called a dhow. Question for Sathya. Which sculptor created a bronze statue of David triumphantly posed over the head of the slain Goliath between 1473 and 1475? It is believed that the sculptor modeled the statue after his pupil, Leonardo da Vinci.
Michelangelo.
It's not that. Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, right?
Pass.
Passes. His name is Verocci. Question for Sai. What common name is given to the citrus fruit Citrus junus? While the fruit is believed to have originated in China, the word now means pomelo in Chinese.
Kumquat.
Say again, please.
Kumquat.
Not that, Aparna.
Pass.
Passes, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. This is called a yuzu.
Oh, shit.
Question for
Okay,
Aparna.
makes
At number
sense.
31 on the AFI 100 Years 100 Quotes list, which movie closes with the line, "After all, tomorrow is another day"? Another quote from the same movie appears at the top of the list.
Godfather.
It's not that, Sathya.
Gone with the Wind.
Is correct. Question for Sathya. Which former SS officer was hanged in Israel in 1962 after a widely publicized trial? In 1960, he was snatched from Argentina by Mossad agents.
Pass.
Pass to Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, right?
Eichmann.
Eichmann is right. Alpha Eichmann. Question for Sai. The 1989 Tour de France saw the top two competitors separated by the thinnest of margins, 8 seconds. Name either of the two men, one French, one American, who was involved in this legendary duel.
Merckx.
Not that. Aparna. Passes. Sathya.
Pass.
Pass.
Passes. Questions for Fignon and Le Monde.
Okay.
Question for Aparna. Break On Through to the Other Side by which band appears on Forrest Gump, the soundtrack? And although 4 other songs by the band appear in the movie, this is the only one on the album.
AC/DC.
It's not that, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. Sai.
Lieutenant Dan.
It's not that. It says The Doors.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Question for Sathya. What strategy involves a target firm for a hostile takeover selling off its most attractive assets to a friendly third party or spinning them off into a separate entity? The name refers to objects valued between 4 and 6 billion USD.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Pass.
Passes to Sai.
Pentacon.
It's not that. It's called the Crown Jewels defense. So the Crown Jewels are worth that much.
Nice.
Question for Sai. Which UK-based chain of sandwich shops was founded by Jeffrey Hyman in 1983? The name is a French phrase meaning ready to eat.
Bon appetit.
Not that, Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. This is called Pret-a-Manger, I think. I don't know how to say that. Question for Aparna. In the Devil's Dictionary, what was defined as a vagrant opinion without visible means of support? It also appears in the title of a classic 19th century novel.
Pass.
Pass it, Sathya.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Pass.
Pass it. This is a
Prejudice.
Jane Austen novel. Yes, Prejudice is right.
Prejudice.
Prejudice.
Question for
Nice.
Sathya. Considered an extreme version of the poison pill defense, what tactic involves a target firm engaging in tactics that might threaten to its very existence to thwart an imposing acquirer's bids? It refers to a 78 tragedy that took place in South America.
Pass.
Pass to Aparna.
Pass.
Pass to Sai.
Pass.
You guys should guess for this.
The Pinochet defense.
Jonestown defense.
Nice.
Cycle.
Question for Sai. Who was the only cyclist to win 5 consecutive two-day tricycles? Running 6-1, he was named Big Mig for his size and invisibility.
Miguel.
I'm giving it to you. It is Miguel
Indurain.
I don't know how you managed
Yeah,
that. Well done.
Indurain.
Question for Aparna. Which early 20th century art movement emphasized painterly qualities and a strong color over the representation of realistic values retained by Impressionism? Henri Matisse was among the leaders of this group of wild beasts.
Postmodernism.
Not that, Sathya.
Expressionism.
Not that, Sai.
Pass.
Passes. This is called Fauvism. Question for Sathya. Which song, a best-selling single for Elvis, appears on or corresponds to the soundtrack? In the movie, a young Forrest dances to the song in spite of his leg braces, thus inspiring Elvis's own moves.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Jailhouse Rock.
Not that, Sai.
Pass.
Passes. Any other
Blue
song?
suede shoes.
Nope, it's Hound Dog.
Oh, okay.
Question 5. Who was Australia's longest serving Prime Minister with a total tenure of more than 18 years? In 1944,
Smith.
he founded the Liberal Party. Yes?
Smith.
Not Smith. Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. His name is Robert Menzies. Question for Aparna. Which Manhattan neighborhood is home to the birthplace of Theodore Roosevelt? It is named after an iconic skyscraper built in 1902.
Flatiron District.
Is correct. Flatiron District. Right. Question for Sathya. Which former SS officer and physician is believed to have drowned in Brazil in 1979? His infamous experiments are the subject of the Slayer song Angel of Death.
Pass.
Pass to Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Asperger.
Not that. His name is Joseph Mengele.
Mengele.
The child.
Question for Sai. Which Spanish city hosted 5 consecutive editions of the European GP from 2008 to 2012? Out of use since 13, the circuit is a street circuit among the city's harbour area and includes a section over a swing bridge.
Monaco.
Not that, Aparna.
Barcelona.
Not that, Sathya.
Madrid.
Not that. It is Valencia.
Yeah.
Question for Aparna. Which sculptor created a life-size marble statue of David in 1623-24, depicting David in the act of throwing the fatal stone towards Goliath? His other sculptures include Apollo and Daphne and the Ecstasy of Saint Teresa.
Pass.
Pass, Sathya.
Michelangelo.
On that side.
Pass.
Passes. This is Bernini.
Oh, Bernini.
Question for Sathya. Which opera by Leo Delibes is set in India during the late 19th century? The name is the French rendition of the Hindu goddess of wealth.
Lakme.
Is correct. Well done. Question for Sai. The modulus of rigidity is a measure of a material's response to what kind of stress?
Shear.
Measure is
Shear.
correct.
Nice.
Question for Aparna. What name is given to the traditional wooden sailing boats with 1 or 2 lateen sails native to the Eastern and Mediterranean and Egypt? The boats are especially popular among the tourists on the Nile.
This one, Feluca.
Say again, please.
Feluca.
Feluca is right. Very nice. Question for Sathya. What common name is given to the citrus fruit? Citrus hystrix. South Africans refer to it as the Thai lime to avoid using a word used as an ethnic slur against black South Africans.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Kaffir lime.
Very nicely done.
Nice.
Kaffir lime. Question for Sai. The Devil's Dictionary defines what word as an act of whereby a sovereign attests his sense of the high temperature of the throne. Significant instances of the phenomenon occurred in 1936 and 2019.
Hot seat.
It's not that, Aparna.
Pass.
Passes, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. So the second time it happened was with the Pope, and this is with Edward VII.
Abdicate.
Abdicate is there.
Ah.
Question for Aparna.
Nice.
Which Puccini opera set in China was completed posthumously by Franco Alfano in 1926? It features the aria Nessun Dorma.
Pass.
Passes, Sathya.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Madam Butterfly.
Not that one. It's the other Cuisi opera. It is Turandot.
Okay.
No. Question for
Oh.
Sathya. What quantity is used to measure the deformation of a material in directions perpendicular to the specific direction of loading? It is a measure of the eponymous effect, a phenomenon in which a material tends to expand in directions perpendicular to the direction of compression.
Strain.
Not that, Aparna.
Pass.
Pass aside.
Bulk modulus.
Not that. It's named after someone. It's called the Poisson's ratio.
Oh,
Oh, this is poison.
Question. Sorry. Who is Australia's first and only female prime minister? Her speech attacking misogyny was voted the most unforgettable moment in Australian TV history in
I
2020.
don't remember her name. Pass.
Pass, Aparna.
Pass. Julia something pass.
Okay.
Pass.
I'm giving it for Julia something. It is Julia Gillard.
Gilad.
Question for
Ah,
Aparna.
Gillard. Okay.
Which Manhattan neighborhood is bounded by Houston Street to the north and Canal Street to the south? It shares its name with the fashionable entertainment district of London.
Soho.
Is correct. Well done. Question for Sathya. Which Japanese
Oh,
manufacturer of
also from
electronic
this
musical-
week's B612.
Yes, which Japanese manufacturer of electronic musical
Yeah.
instruments was founded by Ikutaro Kakehashi in 1972? The name was chosen from a telephone directory with the intent of being easy to pronounce for global clientele.
Yamaha.
Not that, Aparna?
Tanyo.
Not that, right?
Pass.
Passes. This is called the Roland Corporation.
Oh.
Rank 74 on the quotes list. What 5-word quote ends the movie Chinatown? It's spoken to Jack Nicholson's character Jake Gittes and neatly encapsulates the bleakness of the plot.
Yeah, well, that's all, folks.
Not that, Aparna?
Pass.
Pass it, Sathya.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Absolutely right. This is Forget It, Jake. It's Chinatown.
Ah, shit. Okay.
Nice.
Aparna. Which early 20th century art movement envisioned as an abstract art based upon the supremacy of pure artistic feeling rather than on visual depiction of objects? It was founded in Russia in 1913 by that guy, a pioneer of abstract art.
Pass.
Pass it, Sathya.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Expressionism.
Not that. It is called suprematism. Question for Sathya. Which British motor racing circuit hosted its last F1 race in 1962? The circuit is situated within the race course that hosts the Grand National Steeplechase.
Pass.
Pass, Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Pass.
Passes. This is called Aintree Motor Racing Circuit.
Yeah.
Question for Sai. What common name is given to the citrus hybrid? Citrus into that. Although native to Southeast Asia, the common name derives from an archipelago off the coast of Florida, where the fruit was first naturalized.
Key lime.
Key lime is right. Well done. Question for Aparna. Which cult movie ends with Charlton Heston's character shouting to a crowd that blank blank is people? The line is a revelation about the true nature of the subject that the movie is named after.
Ben-Hur.
Not that, Sathya?
Soylent Green.
Soylent Green is people.
Oh, nice.
Ultimate spoiler, by the way. Question for Sathya. In the movie Forrest Gump, the song plays in the background where Forrest is writing letters to Jenny from Vietnam. Which song, whose best known version is by the Mamas and the Papas, appears on the soundtrack?
Pass.
Passes, Aparna?
Pass.
Passes, right?
Pass.
Passes. This is California Dreaming.
Oh.
Ah.
Question
Oh,
for Sai.
nice.
What term
Padlet.
is used to describe a relatively flat-bottomed wooden boat typically used in Southeast Asia? These boats usually sail fairly close to the shore and are often seen in floating markets in the region.
Catamaran.
Not that, Aparna?
Pass.
Passes, Sathya?
Pass.
Passes. This is called a sampan. Question for Aparna. Which Australian Prime Minister disappeared while swimming in 1967? Although he was presumed dead, his body was never found, and conspiracy theories have variously implicated the CIA and China in the matter.
Johnson.
Not that, Sathya?
Richard.
Not that? Sai?
Oh, thank you.
Pass.
Passes. I noticed you guys are not trying first names since you know you're getting points for them. This is Harold Holt.
Harold.
Question for Sathya. What tactic against hostile takeovers comprises of the board of directors of a target firm simply refusing to negotiate and rejecting outright any offers made? The name is inspired by an anti-drug campaign championed by the First Lady of the US.
Ducky.
It's not that. Aparna?
Pass.
Passes, Sai?
Just say no.
Is correct. This is the just say no defense.
Oh,
Okay,
good
just
one.
say no.
Question for Sai. Which painter and sculptor created the marble statue of David sometime between 1501 and 1504? Together with Da Vinci and Raphael, is considered one of the three giants of the Florentine High Renaissance.
The other Ninja Turtle. Pass.
Calling that wrong, Aparna?
Raffaello.
It's not that.
Raphael. Okay.
Okay.
Michelangelo.
This one is Michelangelo.
Oh. Ah.
Question for Aparna. Who became the first South American to win the Tour de France with his victory in 2019? He won both the general and young rider classifications, a feat that he would go on to repeat at the 2021 Giro Italia.
Pass.
Passes, Sathya.
Pass.
Passes, Sai.
Pass.
Passes. His name is Bernal.
Juan.
Bernal.
Okay, never mind.
Question for Sathya. Which Fleetwood Mac song written and sung by Lindsey Buckingham appears on Forrest Gump the soundtrack? Used to accompany a montage of Forrest's run in the movie. The song was actually about Buckingham's breakup with Stevie Nicks.
Pass.
Pass, Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Dreams.
Not that. It's called Go Your Own Way.
Oh, yeah.
Question for Sai. Who was the Prime Minister of Australia from 72 to 75 until he was removed during the Australian constitutional crisis? Not Smith, Aparna. He holds a
Pass.
dubious passes to Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. It's a good pass actually. His name is Whitlam.
Okay.
Question for Aparna. Which
What
early
are-
20th century art movement advocated pure abstraction and universality by reduction to essentials of form and color? The style was founded in 1917 in Leiden in the Netherlands and counted Piet Mondrian amongst its dominants.
Geometric.
Not that. Sathya.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
Pass.
Passes. This is called neoplasticism or distyle.
Style. Yep.
Question for Sathya. What physical quantity is defined as the ratio of the infinitesimal pressure increase to resulting relative decrease of the volume? It is interpreted as a measure of how resistant to compression a substance is.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Pass.
Pass, Sai.
This is bulk modulus.
This one is bulk modulus.
Yeah.
Question for Sai again. What common name is given to the citrus species that, due to crimson color of its flesh, the color is due to the presence of
Blood orange.
Is correct. Well done. Question for Aparna. Which South African circuit hosted the South African GP from 67 to 85 and again from 92 to 93 in its final season? Located just north of Johannesburg, it succeeded the Prince George circuit in East London.
Santon.
Not that, Sathya?
Pass.
Pass. Sai?
Pass.
Passes. This is called the Kelami GP circuit.
Oh.
Question for Sathya. Which Humphrey Bogart movie ends with the line, "The stuff that dreams are made of"? Appearing on number 14 on the quotes list, this is the only Bogart quote on the list that is not from Casablanca.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Not that, Aparna?
Pass.
Pass. Sai?
Pass.
Passes. The title is an example of what do you call a MacGuffin? The Maltese Falcon.
Maltese Falcon.
Question.
It's
Sai?
Maltese
Yeah,
Falcon.
I'll only get that if you give me.
What type of wooden boats made on water-resistant deodar wood are typically found in the Dal Lake and other water bodies in Jammu and Kashmir in India? The boats are a cultural symbol of Kashmir.
Houseboats.
Not houseboats, Aparna.
Shikara.
Say again?
Shikara.
Shikara is right, yeah. Question for Aparna.
Nice.
What tactic is described as one where the target firm for a hostile takeover tries to acquire the company that has made the takeover attempt? It is named after a video game where the protagonist can turn around and chase the antagonist after eating a power pellet.
Pass.
Are passes not there?
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man is right.
Oh,
Question
Nice.
for Sathya. Born in Kenya, which British cyclist won 4 Tour de France titles, including 3 consecutive wins. Following a doping investigation in 2019, he was promoted to first place in the 2011 Vuelta a España and retrospectively became the first British cyclist to win a Grand Tour event.
Pass.
Pass to Aparna.
pass.
Pass side.
Pass.
Passes. His name is Chris Froome.
Chris Froome.
Question for Sai. Which former SS officer earned the nickname of the Butcher of Leon for his atrocities while he was the head of the Gestapo in Leon? He was extradited from Bolivia to France
Pass.
in 83, passes to Aparna, and died in prison
Pass.
in 91, passes to Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. His name is Klaus Barbie. Great name.
Jeez.
Question for Aparna. What does the Devil's Dictionary define as the coffin of a document, the scabbard of a bill, the husk of a remittance, and the bedgown of a love letter? The term is also used in the context of signal processing, amongst others.
Pass.
Passes to Sathya.
Pass.
Passes. Right?
Modulation.
It's not modulation. It's quite simple. It is, I mean, what do you put a document in? It is simply an envelope.
Folder.
Envelope. Yeah.
Okay.
Question for Sathya. Which
Nice.
sculptor created 2 statues of David, one with marble in 1408 to 9, and a more famous one with bronze in the 1440s or later? The name may be familiar to the fans of the comic book of comic book authors Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Pass.
Passes side.
Donatello.
It is finally the Ninja
Uh-huh.
Turtles.
The other Ninja Turtle.
Nice.
Question for Sai. Which neighborhood of Manhattan is home to the Actors Studio? Chair's name of the British reality show starring Gordon Ramsay.
The Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen is right. Question for Aparna. Which 87 opera by John Adams is based on a landmark event from 72? It is derided as the CNN opera for its topical subject matter.
Pass.
Passes to Sathya.
Watergate.
Not that. Sai.
Pass.
Passes. This is called Nixon in China.
Nixon.
Sathya.
Nice.
Which Hong Kong-based clothing retailer was founded by Jimmy Lai in 81? The name was chosen to evoke visions of Italian fashion in the consumer's mind.
Pass.
Passes to Aparna.
Forever 21.
Not that. Sai.
Sheen.
Not that. This is Giordano.
Giordano.
Question for Sai. Which early 20th century art movement emphasized dynamism, speed, technology, youth, violence, and industrial objects like cars? Umberto Buccioni's iconic sculpture, Unique Forms of Continuity in Space, is a prime example of this type.
Modernism.
It's not that, Aparna.
Pass.
Passes Sathya.
Is it postmodernism?
It's not that. One more attempt. It's futurism.
Futurism.
Futurism. Oh.
Aparna.
Nice,
Which Manhattan
nice.
neighborhood is bordered by Canal Street, West Street, Broadway, and Chambers Street? It hosts an eponymous film festival founded by De Niro and others in 2002.
Tribeca.
Is correct. Question for Sathya. Which ice cream brand was established by Ruben and Rose Mattis in New York in 1960? The name was supposedly invented in an attempt to create a Danish-sounding brand name.
Häagen-Dazs.
Again, that is right. We are entering final round. Not much can happen actually, but 3 questions to go. Let's go with question for Sai. Which American F1 circuit hosted its last World Championship race in 1982? The track was laid out in the parking lot of the eponymous hotel and casino, which appears in The Hangover, amongst others.
Caesar's Palace.
Is correct. This is Caesar's Palace. You win the quiz. Question for Aparna. Which early 20th century art movement is best known for works portraying scenes of daily life in New York? The name is a tongue-in-cheek reference to a comment that there are too many pictures of blank and girls hitching up their skirts on Horatio Street.
Pass.
Pass it to Sathya.
Pass.
Pass Sai.
Voyeurism.
It's not that.
Hippies.
There are too many pictures of ash cans and girls.
Ash
Apparently.
cans.
And the last question for today's quiz. Which opera by Philip Glass is based on the life of Mahatma Gandhi? It forms part of his portrait trilogy together with Einstein on the Beach and Akhenaten.
Ahimsa.
It's not Ahimsa, Aparna.
Pass.
You want to take a shot, Anil?
No, pass.
Pass, right?
Non-violence.
It's not non-violence.
It's Satyagraha.
It's Satyagraha.
Satyagraha.
the other.
Okay,
Satyagraha.
okay.
Oh.
And that ends speedrun 2. Well done, folks. Aparna, how much time did we take?
We took
25 minutes.
no 20 minutes
No.
and 18 seconds.
20 minutes.
Oh,
that was fast. That was really fast.
It was awesome.
This was fun, yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
This is so
Yeah.
fun.
See you at the next one. Tata.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
We did
Bye.